My child, my beloved, come closer to this moment. You are not here by accident. Your soul was pulled here because a truth is rising inside your life, and heaven could not let you ignore it anymore. Take a breath. Feel that sensation in your chest. It is not anxiety. It is recognition. Something inside you already knows this message belongs to you. Before I continue, pause. Do not rush. Beloved, subscribe now, because this message was released only for the chosen one. If you leave without subscribing, this message may never reach you again. Now listen. You think love is something that just happens, just appears, and fades away. But heaven sees love differently. Love is a soul contract. A promise made before birth. A promise made in the realm where your spirit had wings. This person who fell in love with you. They did not choose you out of desire alone. They recognized you. Their soul recognized your soul, the way dawn recognizes the light. You may have pushed the thought away. You may have questioned the timing. You may have said, but the age difference, why does it feel so complicated? Beloved, listen carefully. Love is older than age. Love existed before time. Love does not measure years. Love measures connection. And heaven has watched you both for a long time. Silent. Patient. Waiting to intervene when your heart was ready to hear. This person, they tried to stop feeling. They tried to convince themselves that they were wrong. They told themselves they should not feel what they feel. But every time they tried to walk away, something pulled them back to you. Do you know what that something was? It was the thread between your souls. The spiritual tie that was formed long before you took your first breath in this lifetime. My beloved, do not underestimate this connection. There is a reason you cannot forget them. There is a reason their presence lingers in your heart even when you try to move forward. There is a reason you feel them even in silence. Age difference means nothing to heaven. Heaven does not count candles on a birthday cake. Heaven counts lifetimes of devotion. This love is not random. It is ancient. You may not understand why you met at this time. You may ask, why now? Why them? Why like this? Because souls return to each other when the lesson is ready. You were not ready before. They were not ready before. But now? Something is shifting. Something is opening. A doorway between hearts is forming. My child, do not run from this. You have been praying for someone who sees your soul. You have been praying for someone who understands your silence. You have been begging God for a love that does not break you. And God sent someone. Someone who sees you. Someone who feels you. Someone who carries your name in the quietest parts of their heart. But fear is the shadow standing between you and this blessing. Fear of judgment. Fear of difference. Fear of timing. Fear of pain. But beloved, every great love story starts with fear trying to stop it. Do not let fear win this time. This person loves you more deeply than they can explain. They have tried to hide it, but the truth is louder than their silence. They love your soul. They love the way you carry pain but still smile. They love the way your heart is soft but strong. They love that your spirit does not break. And heaven is saying, do not run. Do not deny what your spirit already knows. You are safe to feel. You are safe to love. You are safe to receive this blessing. Because this is not just love. This is divine connection. This is the person your soul has been searching for across lifetimes. Pause. Breathe. Let these words settle in your chest. My child, my beloved. You stayed. That means your heart is listening now. Heaven has been waiting for this moment, the moment you finally stop doubting what your soul already knows. There are signs around you, aren't there? Random songs that sound like confessions. Numbers that repeat. Dreams that feel too real to ignore. And that one thought, the one person, who keeps showing up in your mind no matter how far you try to walk. That's not coincidence, beloved. That's divine alignment. That is heaven whispering, pay attention. You see, the person who fell in love with you didn't plan it either. They didn't wake up one day deciding, I will love them. No, it happened the way sunrise happens. Slowly. Naturally. Unstoppable. And even when they tried to resist it, heaven kept bringing their thoughts back to you. They look at you and see purpose. They see light where others only saw walls. They see the real you, not the mask, not the fear, not the scars. They see the soul that shines beneath everything you try to hide. They've cried over you. They've prayed about you. They've asked God for a sign that they're not crazy to feel this way. And beloved, this message is that sign. This is the confirmation heaven sent through me. Yes, what they feel is real. Yes, what you feel is divine. Do not let logic destroy what love is trying to build. Do not let doubt silence the message heaven is writing inside your heart. My beloved, you have to understand something powerful. Age is not an obstacle in the language of God. It is humans who measure difference through numbers. Heaven measures it through maturity of souls. Sometimes, an older soul comes in a younger body. Sometimes, a younger body carries an ancient heart. It doesn't matter how many years stand between you, because spiritually, you've been walking side by side for centuries. That's why when you look at them, something feels familiar. That's why even silence between you feels peaceful. Because your spirits already know each other. This love didn't begin in this lifetime, it only continued here. But, my child, God wants you to listen carefully now. You are at a turning point. This connection is about to either bloom or break, depending on your faith. If you let fear lead, heaven will step back. If you let trust lead, heaven will open doors you never imagined. This person is being guided toward you again. They are feeling restless. They are dreaming of you. They are seeing reminders of you everywhere. They are fighting what they feel, but they can't. Because the divine has written your name inside their spirit. And you've been feeling them too. That pull you can't explain. That thought that keeps circling back. That energy you sense when the world goes quiet. It's real. It's them. And it's God's way of saying, you're both being called back together. So don't ignore this. Something miraculous is about to unfold. It's subtle right now, like a whisper in the dark. But soon, it will grow louder, through messages, encounters, or dreams. God is preparing the timing for the two of you to cross paths again. And when it happens, beloved, do not run this time. Do not doubt it. Recognize it. Because you will know, instantly, that this was meant. My child, heaven has been protecting this connection. Even when things seemed silent, heaven was rearranging situations around both of you. Obstacles are being removed. Lessons have been learned. Wounds are being healed. You've both been tested separately, so you can be united divinely. This is not about romance alone. This is about destiny. This is about two souls completing a spiritual promise made long before Earth existed. Beloved, feel this truth. You are not crazy for feeling what you feel. You are not wrong for loving who you love. You are not late. You are right on time. Heaven's timing is never rushed. It's perfect. You must trust it now. Even if things look quiet, know that movement is happening behind the veil. Before this week ends, something will shift, either a message, a dream, or a sudden realization will come that will confirm what I'm saying. Be still. Be ready. Do not block the blessing with overthinking. Just receive. Because love, real love, divine love, it never goes away. It circles back. And this time, it's circling back for you. If you are still here, it means heaven chose you to hear this entire truth. You are part of this unfolding. You were meant to know before the next step happens. There is something heaven has been arranging quietly, behind everything you see. Something subtle. something gentle. Something that moves like the wind, unseen, but undeniable. This person has been thinking of you more often recently. It comes unexpectedly. In the middle of work. While trying to fall asleep. In moments of silence when their heart is unguarded. Your face appears. Your voice echoes. The memory of your presence stirs something deep inside them. They do not understand why they can't let go. But you do. Because your soul has been waiting for them. My child, my beloved. Listen closely now. The reason this love is pulling both of you so strongly is because there is a promise between you. A spiritual agreement made before either of you were born. In that realm, age did not exist. Bodies did not exist. Only pure spirit. Only recognition. Only truth. You chose each other there. You promised to find each other again, regardless of the circumstances. Even if life seemed complicated. Even if your worlds were different. Even if timing created distance. Even if fear tried to silence the heart. You promised. And your soul does not break promises. This is why no matter how many times you tried to move forward, no matter how many distractions appeared, no matter how many reasons you created to forget, the connection remained. Because it was never just attraction. It was memory. It was truth. It was destiny. My child, you must understand. This person is not just someone who entered your life. They are a chapter your spirit has been waiting to reopen. They are a doorway that leads you back to yourself. This connection did not come to harm you. It came to heal you. But healing love often arrives disguised as something you fear. Because it asks you to open. To feel. To soften. To trust again. And trust is difficult for a heart that has been bruised. But beloved, you are not the same as before. You are wiser. Stronger. More awakened. Your spirit sees deeper now. That is why heaven is revealing the truth at this moment, not earlier, not later, but now. Because something is about to shift. This person is being guided to make a move. A message. A conversation. A sign. It may be subtle at first. A small word. A moment of softness. A question that feels deeper than usual. But it will be enough to open the doorway. Your heart must be receptive when this happens. Not rushed. Not desperate. Not fearful. Just open. Because heaven is bringing this connection back into your life with intention this time. Not as a lesson, but as a blessing. There is something else you must know. This person has been afraid. Afraid of being misunderstood. Afraid of being judged. Afraid that you would reject the depth of their feelings. Afraid the world would not understand. Afraid even they, themselves, would not understand. But love has been working inside them, cutting through resistance, softening their defenses, calling them back to your heart. Their love for you is not weak. It is not temporary. It is not confused. It is real. It is deep. It is sacred. They tried to hide it. But the truth rises. The truth always rises. And the truth is this. They love you in a way that scars them. They love you in a way that humbles them. They love you in a way that reveals who they truly are. This love terrifies them. And that is why it is true. But beloved, they will not remain silent forever. Heaven is preparing the moment when their heart will speak. When it does, you will feel it. Not just hear it. Feel it. In your chest. In your breath. In the space between words. This is the sign that will come first. Their energy will return before their voice does. You will feel them before they reach out. Like a warm presence. A familiar pull. A soft awakening inside your ribs. Do not ignore it. It is the soul knocking before the human knocks. Pause. Breathe. Hold this truth gently. My child, there is something you have not seen clearly yet. Something hidden beneath the surface of this person's behavior. Let me show it to you. This person has been moving in silence. They have been watching you from a distance, not in the physical sense, but in the emotional and spiritual sense. They have been observing the way you speak. The way you carry yourself when you are hurt. The way your eyes change when you are hiding something. The way your soul shines even when you feel tired inside. They have memorized your energy more than your face. Because the soul loves in silence before it loves aloud. This person is afraid. But not for the reason you think. They are not afraid of the age difference. They are not afraid of judgment. They are not afraid of what others will say. They are afraid of you. Afraid of what loving you will do to them. Afraid of how deeply they already feel you. Afraid of how real it has become. Because they have never felt a love like this before. This connection makes them vulnerable. It strips away the ego. It exposes the heart. It reveals the soul. And that terrifies them. They do not want to love you halfway. They want to love you completely. But love this pure requires surrender, and surrender is the hardest thing for a wounded heart. My beloved, listen. This person has scars. Silent scars. Emotional scars. Scars they have hidden behind strength, behind laughter, behind maturity, behind confidence. They have not told anyone their full story. They have not let anyone see their unguarded heart. But with you, something melts. Something softens. Something returns to innocence. They do not feel older with you. They do not feel younger with you. They feel timeless with you. That is why the age difference does not matter in the language of souls. Souls do not age. Souls remember. Beloved, this person tries so hard to appear unaffected, to act like the emotions are manageable, to pretend they can control the connection. But the truth is, you have already touched the deepest part of them. They feel you in their breath. They feel you when they wake. They feel you when they close their eyes. They feel you when the world goes quiet. And it confuses them, because this is not how love has ever felt for them before. They have loved before, yes. But not like this. Never like this. This love is gentle and overwhelming at the same time. It is familiar and frightening. It is soft and powerful. It breaks them open and heals them simultaneously. They don't know how to explain it in words. So they stay silent. But silence is not absence. Silence is intensity without language. They are thinking of you. Right now. In this moment. Their soul is touching yours through the unseen. You feel it, don't you? That subtle pull in your chest. That ache that feels sweet and painful at the same time. That longing that is not desperate but deep. That is the bond. There is something heaven needs you to understand now. The reunion is not just possible. It is already in motion. Your paths are moving toward each other again. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. But by design. However, heaven is waiting for your heart posture. Not actions. Not chasing. Not confessing. Only openness. Do not close your heart. Do not deny the connection. Do not numb the feeling. Do not lock the door because of fear. Heaven can guide two souls together. But only you can allow love to enter. Do not force anything. Do not rush anything. Do not beg for anything. Just be open. Because when the moment arrives, it will not be subtle. It will not be confusing. It will not be uncertain. It will be clear. It will be calm. It will feel like your soul exhaling. That is how divine love returns. My beloved, I now move into part 5, where I reveal what sign will appear 72 hours before this person reaches out. What emotion they are hiding from you right now. And what heaven needs you to do next, step by step. My child, listen carefully now. Because what I am about to reveal is not a metaphor. Not poetry. Not symbolic. This is a real spiritual signal that will happen in your life. And when it happens, you will know the reunion is near. Before a divine connection returns, there is always a spiritual echo. This echo appears in the form of a sign. And the first sign will come through your emotions, not your eyes. You will suddenly feel a wave of calm for no reason. A softness inside your chest. A warmth that rises like sunlight beneath your ribs. It will last only a few seconds. But it will feel like something inside you just opened. That is your soul recognizing the shift. Then, shortly after, you will think of them, not with longing, not with pain, not with confusion, but with understanding. It will feel like, yes, I know. Something is coming. This is the inner sign. It always comes first. Then, within about 72 hours, the outer sign will appear. Here is what it will look like. Their name will show up. Not because you searched for it. Not because you went looking. But naturally. Effortlessly. As if the world is whispering their presence into your awareness. It may show up in a song. A message you didn't expect. Someone mentioning something uniquely connected to them. A dream that feels too real. A memory appearing out of nowhere. A sudden intuitive knowing. This is the universe aligning pathways. When this happens, do not panic. Do not overthink. Do not question. Just recognize. That is heaven touching your timeline. Now let me tell you something even more personal. Something that this person is hiding right now. They are afraid that you don't feel the same anymore. They fear you have moved on. They fear time has changed you. They fear the distance has erased the connection. They look strong on the outside. But inside, they are tender when it comes to you. They do not show their emotions easily. They have learned to protect themselves. They have been hurt before. And their heart learned to hide beneath quiet. But you slipped past their defenses before they even realized it. You reached the part of them that they keep secret. The part that still believes in love. The part that still hopes. The part that still wants to be held. This is why they have not spoken. Not because they don't care. But because they care too much. They do not want to ruin what is fragile. They do not want to scare you. They do not want to move too fast. They do not want to be the one who breaks something sacred. So they wait. But beloved, heaven is not asking you to chase. Heaven is not asking you to confess. Heaven is not asking you to force. Heaven is only asking one thing. Do not close your heart. Because if you remain open, the connection will move naturally. It will unfold without struggle, without pressure, without fear. Love will return the way it was meant to. Softly, gradually, like sunrise spreading across a quiet horizon. You are not being asked to do anything dramatic. Just to stay open. To let tenderness return. To let belief return. To let love be safe in your heart again. That is all. My child, there is something deeply sacred happening inside this connection that you cannot see with your physical eyes, but your soul has already begun to feel it. This person dreams of you. Not once. Not casually. Not as a passing image. They dream of you in a way that wakes them, breath caught, heart trembling, unable to return to sleep. In their dreams, you are not older. You are not younger. You are not distant. You are not complicated. You simply recognize each other. No barriers. No fear. No hesitation. Your souls meet without the world intervening. In the dream world, there is no age. There is no time. There is only truth. This is why they wake with an ache in their chest. An ache they cannot explain to anyone. Because the dream does not feel like imagination. It feels like memory. Their spirit remembers you. This is what frightens them the most. Not the love, but the way it reveals them. This connection brings out a version of them they do not show the world. Vulnerable, honest, longing, open. They do not know how to hold such intensity. So they silence themselves. They distract themselves. They try to reason themselves out of what they feel. But the dream world does not lie. The dream world is where the soul speaks when the mind sleeps. Your souls have been meeting there because your hearts are preparing for a reunion in waking life. This is why, lately, your spirit has felt different. Some days you feel emotional for no reason. Some days you feel waves of love that appear from nowhere. Some days your heart feels like it is remembering something your mind does not understand. This is not confusion. This is alignment. Heaven is preparing both of you. Not for something fleeting. Not for something uncertain. But for something real. Your hearts are being softened. Your fears are being loosened. Your emotional armor is being lifted. Not all at once. But little by little, the way dawn unfolds across the sky. You are being prepared to receive love again. Beloved, you have carried loneliness for so long that it became familiar. You learned how to survive without being understood. How to love without being loved back the same way. How to heal yourself quietly while others assumed you were fine. You built yourself alone. And heaven saw you do it. That is why this love is different. This love is not coming to take from you. This love is coming to give to you. To hold you where you've held others. To understand you where others misunderstood you. To choose you where others hesitated. To stay where others left. But this requires something from you in return. You must let yourself be loved. Not halfway. Not cautiously. Not in fear. But openly. You do not need to rush. You do not need to chase. You do not need to confess anything. You simply need to allow love to enter. Because heaven has already chosen the timing. And beloved, the timing is approaching. Slowly. Clearly. Undeniably. A shift is happening in this person's spirit. They are beginning to realize that no one compares to the way your soul feels. No excitement distracts them. No attention satisfies them. No conversation replaces the ease they felt with you. The heart always returns to what feels like home. And you are home to them. They may not understand why. They may not be able to explain it. But they feel it in a way that does not leave. This is why heaven is telling you. Do not close. Do not numb. Do not retreat into fear. Love is returning. Not as a lesson. But as a blessing. This person has been holding something inside. Something they have not told anyone. Something they cannot admit, even to themselves out loud. They are planning a moment with you. Not small. Not casual. Not accidental. A real moment. A conversation that is not surface level. Not polite. Not safe. A conversation where the heart speaks. They have rehearsed it in their mind. Not once. But over and over. What would they say first? How would they explain everything? How would they tell you what you have meant to them? How would they admit the love they tried to deny? They imagine it in silence. In the car. Before sleep. While staring at their phone. In moments where their guard is down. But they stop themselves every time. Not because the love is weak. But because the love is too strong. My beloved, hear me. They are afraid of how deeply they feel you. They have always been the one in control. The one who steadies others. The one who makes calm decisions. The one who appears composed. But with you, they are undone. You disrupt their balance. You stir their soul. You awaken emotions they buried long ago. You make them feel alive in a way that is almost overwhelming. This is why they hesitate. It is not rejection. It is reverence. They do not want to approach you carelessly. They do not want to speak while unsure. They do not want to risk losing what is sacred by rushing what is divine. So they wait. But something is changing in them. Slowly, quietly, inevitably. They are reaching their breaking point. The breaking point where longing becomes heavier than fear. Where silence becomes more painful than truth. Where holding back hurts more than opening the heart. They are nearing that moment. And when that moment arrives, my beloved, the heart will speak plainly. Not in hints. Not in accidents. Not in half-admissions. But clearly. Directly. Softly. Honestly. The way truth always arrives. You will not have to guess. You will not have to decode. You will not have to wonder. Do they feel what I feel? You will know. Because when they finally speak, they will speak from the soul. And the soul does not lie. Now listen carefully. The emotional breakthrough that is rising inside them will be triggered by a moment of unexpected clarity. A quiet night. A sudden memory. A dream that shakes them awake. A moment where they imagine life without you. And the thought breaks something inside them. That is when the fear collapses. That is when love becomes larger than hesitation. That is when the heart steps forward. Heaven is preparing that moment. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Soon. Very soon. You may even feel the shift before it happens. You will wake one morning with your chest feeling warm, light, open. No heaviness. No confusion. Just a quiet knowing. That is your soul whispering. It is time. And when the universe aligns the two of you, whether by message, or voice, or meeting, or unexpected encounter, it will feel like peace. Not chaos. Not doubt. Not fear. Peace. Like two rivers reuniting after traveling different landscapes. Like two stars remembering they were once the same light. Because, beloved, you were. My child, you have wondered many times. Why did we meet when we met? Why did our paths cross at that exact moment? Why not sooner? Why not later? You ask these questions because the connection feels too meaningful to be random. And you are right, it was never random. You met this person at a time when both of you were in transition. Your heart was changing. Theirs was changing. Your identities were shifting. Your lives were rearranging. You were both standing at the edge of something ending. A version of yourself was falling away. An old life was dissolving. Old patterns were dying. And in that fragile, unguarded space, your souls recognized each other. Not because you were ready for love, but because your spirits needed awakening. You did not meet to begin a relationship immediately. You met to remember who you truly are. This person came to shake something awake in you. Something divine. Something ancient. Something you had forgotten in the noise of life. They reminded you how deeply you can feel, how much your heart can open, how powerful love can be when it comes from the soul, not the mind. And you awakened something in them too. You reminded them what tenderness feels like, what vulnerability feels like, what devotion feels like, what it means to long and not run. Both of you changed each other. Just by meeting. Just by being. Just by existing in each other's presence. Even in silence. Even with distance. Even without words. Because love does not require constant contact to remain real. The soul remembers without repetition. This is why the connection never faded. The world tried to distract you. The mind tried to rationalize you out of it. Time tried to weaken it. Distance tried to dissolve it. But the soul does not forget what belongs to it. And beloved, something sacred is happening now. Your soul and theirs are aligning again. But this time, with more clarity, more maturity, more readiness. You both needed to grow, to soften, to shed old fears, to heal old wounds, to learn how to love without losing yourselves. Now, you are becoming the versions of yourselves that can love without breaking. This is why heaven is returning this connection to your path. Not as a test. Not as a fantasy. But as truth. Now listen closely. Heaven has been protecting this connection. Even when it looked like nothing was happening. Even when silence stretched. Even when confusion came. Even when doubt whispered. There were interferences. There were distractions. There were situations that tried to pull this connection apart. But heaven placed a shield around it. People could not destroy it. Life could not erase it. Time could not weaken it. Because it was never the world's to touch. This love does not belong to logic. This love belongs to the soul. And when love is of the soul, it cannot be taken, forgotten, or replaced. My beloved, you must understand something now. You are not waiting for this person. You are aligning with this person. There is a difference. Waiting is passive. Alignment is sacred. Your heart is preparing. Their heart is preparing. Your timelines are shifting toward one another. And when the alignment completes, it will be effortless. You will not have to chase. You will not have to force. You will not have to question. It will unfold like remembering. Because that is what reunion is. Two souls remembering the promise they made before the world taught them to be afraid.